Revelation 2550. From the 14th of November 1942. Without struggle no spiritual progress. The human being will always have to struggle as long as he stays on earth. No ascent upwards can take place effortlessly, for this is the spiritual being's destiny in the last embodiment as a human being, that he has to assert himself in the face of opposition, thus reach his goal by struggling. A life without struggle will not bring spiritual progress, therefore the human being should also recognize the possibility of spiritual higher development in an existence rich in struggles and oppositions. He should not slacken but assert himself, thus overcome all resistance. Only then can one speak of a successful earthly way of life. Earthly success is worthless, but if the soul achieves success through these hardships and struggles, then it has gained much for eternity, then it has passed the test of earthly life, which is the sole purpose of earthly existence. But the grace of God is always available to the human being, which helps him to pass every struggle victoriously. And consequently, life need not be very difficult despite struggle and resistance if the human being appeals for God's grace, for then he will receive strength to overcome all opposition. As soon as he walks his earthly path with God, no struggle is too difficult for him, he masters all obstacles and constantly ascends in his spiritual development. For God does not impose anything on the human being that would be insurmountable for him. He gives him his help in equal measure if the human being desires it. He carries the burden for him if he is asked for it. He is always ready to help if the human being calls upon him. Thus the human being must have faith, for faith alone determines him to call upon God. But if faith is weak, then prayer will not be sent to him in full confidence either, and God can only consider the human being according to the depth of his faith. Even undoubted faith has to be appealed for if the human being does not feel strong enough. A constant struggle for strong faith has to begin, and the prayer for God's grace has to support this struggle. And God does not let a pleading earthly child call in vain. He guides the human being such that his faith is strengthened, although it will not remain without struggle, for his will shall be strengthened to offer resistance, because he can only mature spiritually, if the will overcomes all resistance he is confronted with. Amen.